During my time in this class, I learned a lot of subjects such as men of faith, economics, car maintenance, U.S. military. In men of faith, we cover the ground basics of our faith, such as salvation through grace, worship, prayer, and evangelism, and learn all about the men who fought all their lives to protect this truth. Many of these men were C.S. Lewis, Jeremiah, D.L. Moody, Isaiah, and Jim Elliot. I learned that even though living for Christ and standing up for your faith is hard, it's worth even dying for it. In economics, we learned about what it takes to build a successful city. Even though it may seem easy at first, the more you get into it, the harder it really gets. You need to know things such as macro and microeconomics, what jobs and businesses you need to have that will bring income, what will attract people such as tourists, and many essential things such as water source, fire, and police departments, and a hospital. In car maintenance, we learn many necessary skills of maintenance and fixing a car. These skills included engine repair, battery, tires, brakes, and oil. The biggest thing that I learned would be how a car engine isn't really as complex as it seems, as long as you think of it as a human body with how it circulates. In military history, we learned about the U.S. military. We were taught about the different branches. We also learned the different jobs that were in each branch. Then we went even further and discussed all the different ranks in each job. If I were to choose, I would probably have joined the Marines.
Go.
For my Bible project, I chose the book of Joshua. It was written by Joshua, or some sources say that Joshua wrote it, but other sources say that the author is unknown. For those who do say Joshua wrote it, they tell that he wrote it except for the ending, which could have been by the high priest Phinehas. The book was written to the Jewish people around 1376 BC. At this time, it was being written in the land of Canaan, which is also known as the Promised Land, where Joshua was leading the tribe of Israel to conquer. Here you see the timeline of Joshua and all the events that happened, which are very small to read. Some key people were Joshua, Rahab, Achan, Eleazar, and Phinehas. So Eleazar and Phinehas being descendants of Aaron and becoming high priests. I have a couple of points to consider from the book of Joshua. One of the points is to trust in God in everything. Another is God is very faithful to his promises even though we keep failing and messing up. And God also likes to use the most unlikely of people. Another thing is God is very powerful. He can do anything with anyone. Key verses that I chose are Joshua 24:15, which says, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, and whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And applying this to our lives, we can say that even though the whole world has turned their backs on God, we have chosen to serve our Lord. The second verse I chose to map was Joshua 1:9, which is my favorite verse in the Bible. And it states, "Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest." And that shows that God is with us in the highs and lows of our life. I also have two maps here. The first one is the map of the conquest of the Promised Land, where the Israelites traveled in all the battles. Then here we have the division of the Promised Land, where it happens in Joshua 13-22, where it's divided amongst the 12 tribes of Israel. For my object lesson, I have a simulation of Jericho, which shows God's power through just one shout of the people. Just one shout, and the whole walls of Jericho came tumbling down. Slow motion. Very slow motion.
Super cool. I love it.